Welcome into high school volleyball right here on DMG TV2, Time Warner Cable. I'm Willie Grove, joined courtside tonight by Becky Booth as the Claymont Mustangs make the trip up to New Philadelphia to take on the Lady Quakers. You're tuned in to our pregame show right here on DMG TV2, sponsored by Benchmark Construction, a Northeast Ohio full-service general construction contractor specializing in commercial and industrial construction. Their name is their promise, because at Benchmark Construction, quality is our benchmark. New Philadelphia under head coach Carla Pry coming in with a record of 16-4 on the season, following their first ever East Central Ohio League championship last year. And the Claymont Mustangs under Jolie Grove, fine record at 15-5, 8-3 in the ECOL. Becky, you've been around volleyball for many, many years, around high school sports. And these two teams, anytime they get together, it's going to be definitely a rivalry no matter what sport it is.
That's correct. I think they both have fine records this year, so it ought to be a good match this evening.
You know, you've got New Philadelphia and Claymont, and I guess when you look at the keys to the game, and the keys to the game are brought to you by Parkway Auto Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep. They're located at 855 Commercial Parkway in Dover. Find the keys to your next vehicle at Parkway Auto Chrysler, one of the premier car dealers in the Tuscarawas Valley. And Becky, I guess let's take New Philadelphia side first. The Quakers, maybe just a couple keys that they would have to come up in the match tonight in order to come out with a victory.
I think they need to serve well. I've seen them play a couple times this year, and that seemed to be a big part of their success. They had some tough serves that the other team, had trouble handling, and took the other team out of their offense, and then sent more free balls over to New Philly, and then they could set up their offense. And they have some good hitters in Hamry and the Har girl, and I think that would be their keys to New Philly's success in winning tonight.
And, I look at New Philadelphia, they're starting 3 seniors. Claymont, on the other hand, just a couple seniors and a freshman and 2 sophomores. So, maybe inexperienced, but again, a good record for Claymont, 15-5. But to be politically correct tonight, maybe just a couple of our Parkway keys to the game for the Claymont Mustangs to come out with a win.
I think New Philly, like I said, has good servers. So I think for Claymont, they're going to need to be able to pass the serve and be able to get into their offense and keep New Philly on more of the defensive part of the game and take New Philly out of their strong offense. So I'd look for them to, if they have some pretty good passers, to set up their offense, get them on track to win the game, I guess, in my opinion.
All right, and that is a look at our Parkway Auto Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep keys to the game tonight. It's New Philadelphia, again with a record of 16-4 on the season, and the Claymont Mustangs at 15-5. Time now to give you our injury report. It's brought to you by Omni Orthopedics. If you've been sidelined with an injury, get back into the game with the home team at Omni Orthopedics with more than 30 years of orthopedic experience. Their physicians offer patient-centered treatment for all ages. And we've just got one injury to report. It's a New Philadelphia player. Caitlin Swartzentruber will be out of uniform this evening. She is injured. And again, that is a look at our injury report brought to you by Omni Orthopedics. Time now to give you our starting lineups, and they're brought to you by Nationwide Insurance, agents Don Kemp. He's located at East High Avenue in New Philadelphia, and Doug Sofer, located on West High Avenue in New Philadelphia. And a look at the New Philadelphia starters as Maddie Willis, number 3, she's a junior. Hannah Har, number 7, a senior. Summer Price, number 8, a junior. Abby Hammerly, number 10, she's a senior. Taryn Davis, number 11, a senior, and a sophomore, Sam Malcolm, number 12. For the Claymont Mustangs, starting is Kiana Avery, number 2, she's a freshman. Number 7, senior Caitlin Clark. Number 9, sophomore Sadie Zerker. Number 11, junior Alexa Bomberger. Number 22, senior Lisa Robinson. and number 24, sophomore Carrington Miles. Again, that is a look at our starting lineups tonight. And again, they're brought to you by Nationwide Insurance in the area, agents Don Kemp and Doug Sofer. And so if you're looking for home, car, health, or life insurance, give Don a call at 330-339-4211 or Doug at 330-339-4700. Again, Don Kemp located on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia, and Doug Sofer located on West High Avenue in New Philadelphia. And now our national anthem. And our national anthem brought to you by Jill Barker, OD, a local family optometry practice with offices in Dover and Cadiz. Dr. Barker takes great pride in the individual care and attention provided to all of our patients. For quality eye care and a great-looking pair of glasses, please contact Jill Barker at 330-343-6941 in Dover or in Cadiz 740-942-4433. Thanks for choosing Dr. Jill Barker as the Times Reporter Reader's Choice for Favorite Eye Doctor 2014. Again, you're tuned in to DMG, TV2, Time Warner Cable, as the New Philadelphia Quakers get set to battle Claymont Mustangs. We'll have it for you right after this on DMG TV2.
Grab a bite of your favorite McGriddles with the sweet maple taste baked right in.
WJER and TV2 would like to introduce you to a new website, WJERTV2.com, where you can watch exciting high school football, soccer, and volleyball replays from TV2 Sports on your home computer, smartphone, or tablet. Also watch the latest episodes of TV2's original programming, Sports Talk, The Garden Girl, The Not So Shy Chef, Off the Record, and Medical Minutes, as well as catch up on local community news and search for local businesses. So make sure to check out the new WJERTV2.com community website where everything's local.
Next.
Expected wait time, 55 minutes. Your call is important to us. Thank you for your patience.
In the nation, we know how it feels when you aren't treated like a priority. We do things differently.
We'll take care of it.
We put members first.
Thank you.
Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
Myers & Miller Podiatry provides complete foot and ankle care to patients of all ages. The practice was established in 2000 by Dr. Adam Myers and has grown to include Dr. Andy Miller in 2007, Dr. Jason Bakich in 2010, and most recently Dr. Kristen Henry in 2015. Our core values of respect and honesty are the basis for how we manage our practice, and we continue to grow by building relationships with our patients and order to better serve their needs. Myers and Miller Podiatry serves Tuscarawas and Holmes counties with offices in Dover, Sugar Creek, Newcomerstown, Millersburg, and our newest location in Uricksville. Let's get started with building our relationship.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Carpenter Heating and Cooling, located at 946 Cookson Avenue Southeast in New Philadelphia. Looking for year-round comfort? Contact Doug or Chris at 330-308-8550 or visit online at carpentercomfort.com. Billman's Appliance Center LLC, formerly Fouts Appliance Center, is a local family-owned business who's been serving the New Philadelphia, Ohio area for over 100 years with quality major appliances, service, and repair. Specializing in GE and Hot Point appliances, from washing machines and dryers to stoves and refrigerators, we have the household appliances you need at competitive prices, and we service what we sell with experienced technicians. Stop by our store at 510 Tuscarawas Avenue in New Philadelphia or call 330-339-6418 or 339-2241 today to learn more. Dr. Richard Burns and Dr. Nathan Springer are a dedicated team of highly qualified professionals committed to determining which treatment solution is best suited to your specific orthodontic needs. Located at 107 Ray Avenue Northeast in New Philadelphia, give them a call at 330-343-9911. At Burns & Springer, we look forward to seeing you smile. Return to the elegance of late 19th century by visiting J.E. Reeves Victorian Home and its adjoining Carriage House Museum in Dover, Ohio. Ceremonies and receptions can be held on the beautiful grounds and gardens or in the Carriage House for smaller occasions. The Carriage House comfortably seats 72 people and can be rented out for birthday parties and other occasions. The J.E. Reeves Victorian Home is located at 325 East Iron Avenue in Dover, Ohio. Call 330-343-7040 to schedule your special event.
And back here at Quaker Gymnasium as the Claymont Mustangs, New Philadelphia Quakers set to battle in volleyball. Willie Grove along with Becky Booth courtside, and Becky, there's a determination on who gets to serve first.
They do that on a coin toss, Willie, and it looks like Claymont won the toss, and they have elected to serve. They can defer and allow New Philly to serve and receive that, but they chose to serve to start out the match.
So tonight's coin toss and first serve brought to you by Domino's, located on 88 East Iron Avenue in Dover, Ohio. Enjoy some pizza during the game and call 330-343-4434 for fast delivery or order online at www.pizza.domino's.com. Domino's Pizza, the sponsor of our first serve tonight, and it'll be the Claymont Mustangs able to serve first. And looks like they'll have Kiana Avery back there.
So a nice spike by Hamry. And Claymont's unable to play it off the ceiling, so point to New Philly.
I thought that was interesting. If it hits on their own ceiling, they can play it on their side, but it can't go across the net and hit the ceiling.
That's correct. This is Taryn Davis serving for New Philly.
Claymont trailing 1-0.
Nice hit by Clark for Claymont, scores.
So she ties it up for the Mustangs. You look at the girls volleyball in the area, Becky, I mean, is it something that has really moved into an all year round sport in the last few years?
With the JO programs in the area and the past several years, it can be, they'll finish up the season, the state tournaments in November, and then they start with tryouts for JO, and I believe start playing a lot of times in January through March or May. That's called an illegal hit there on New Philly to give Claymont a point.
That puts the Mustangs up now 2-1.
Clark with the kill there. It went off the block of New Philly, so Claymont gets the point there.
I think we were talking about Caitlin Clark right before the match tonight, one of the better hitters for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I remember seeing her play a couple years ago, and she was good as a sophomore, and she's in a senior. She hasn't kept it up. I knew Philly couldn't get that one over. They seem a little out of sync to start the match.
Again, Quakers coming in with a 16-4 record on the season, returning as the East Central Ohio League champs.
So long serve there by Baumgartner, I think it was. Baumberger.
And the lines show up pretty good, but we're looking at the yellow lines down there, not
Correct.
the white lines.
That's there. Clark again with the kill. Seems to be the go-to player for Claymont. We had a sub over there for Claymont. Number 20, Sage Peters. Philly goes to Hamry with the kill for a point for New Philly.
And that kind of stops the bleeding a little bit. 5
Yes, it
straight
does.
Claymont points. Now it's 5-2.
Number 14, Tess McDade's come in for the libero, Valeka for New Philly. Clark puts a push to the back row there. Score still counted as a kill.
I thought it was interesting you called that a push. Boy, she can spike them with the best, and then that one she just kind of placed.
Just place it over. As long as it doesn't come to a rest, they allow that. He just called on New Philly a lift. The ball, he, in his opinion, came to a rest when she was more underhanded on it. I think that's sort of a no-no to the officials as soon as they see that.
So pretty much it's got to hit your hand and come right back off.
Correct. It's Maddie Willis in to serve for New Philly.
7-4, Mustangs are leading in this first game.
It's a nice set, jump set, good block by New Philly. Claymont's able to play it back. Another good dig there by Willis. Oh, nice play on the net by Davis. And good block by, gets Malcolm for New Philly.
Yeah, I think it was actually McDade that made that one save.
Okay.
No, I think you were right on the one too. Had a couple nice saves that time.
This pass is hit by Avery. She's a freshman for Claymont. That spikes long by Price. Into the game, Baumberger's back in for Claymont in the front row. And this is a free ball. See if Claymont can score off of this. And they do. Nice hit by the freshman, Avery.
Just a freshman. She's got several kills already tonight.
I saw her play as a 5th and 6th graders. We ran a little league over at Dover. They had a tournament. She was good at that age, so she's continued on. Hannah Haar back in for New Philly. Summer Price serving.
Good look at Summer from behind there.
Clark spike out of the back row, and it's in for a kill.
Now you see the folks in the white shirts, the Ohio High School Athletic Association officials. So there's a guy and a lady, who are the line judges, help out the guys on the net.
Right. They watch the lines, and then they also watch if the ball's tipped off the block, if the official can't see it from there. New Philly scored there. Back in for Claymont's 24, Carrington Miles. Leah Valeka in here to serve for New Philly, the libero. Nice serve. Going outside. New Philly blocks it, but it's out of bounds, so it's a kill for Claymont.
11-7, Mustangs with the 4-point lead here in the first match.
The serve by Avery. A nice set by Davis to save it. It was close to the net. Carr tipped it over, but Claymont's able to pick it up. There's Caitlin Clark again with the kill.
Good try by the Quakers that time. Just a nice shot. I think it was Summer Price again with.
Yeah, she seems to
play.
place. Clark places the ball well. She either hits it or she can find the open spot. Tip by Henry and they score. It's the Tesloff girl in for New Philly, replacing Willis.
12-8. Mustangs still with the lead.
Henry hit it off the block, so it gives New Philly another point.
Hard to say one team or the other is an underdog. I guess if you were looking at it from a point that New Philly won the league last year, maybe they're expected to win tonight, but Claymont coming out strong here in the first game.
Right. I believe the New Philly's in because they have the ECOL divided into scarlet and gray, and I think they're in the opposite, leagues. They still, the overall would count, but I think New Philly won their part of the ECOL. Not sure what. I think Claymont might be in with like Meadowbrook, and I think Meadowbrook is undefeated in that division too.
I know one of their losses is to Riverview. I think Riverview might be in there, but this might be the only time that these two teams will play since they are in opposite divisions.
Yes, that's right. Well, Philly was asking the ref if it was touched off the block, but no one saw it, and they scored, but then the serve's into the net for Claymont.
Now immediately the server goes to the bench, and that's because of a defensive player coming in?
Correct, that's the libero position that server does serve, and she comes back in, and then the libero serves for the opposite player then. So, it's called a lift on Clark, which ball was below the net. Seemed like she came with her open hand to get underneath it.
Actually, that was a pretty athletic move by Clark
to
get the ball over the net. It was kind of a low set for her, I think.
It was, yeah. New Philly dismissed the serve there. Back.
Those are called unforced errors in other sports. I don't know about volleyball.
Yeah, that would be unforced in volleyball too. Yeah, because you lose a point there when you serve. So.
Yep.
Emery with the hit, but it's long. So point for the Mustangs.
Good choice that time. Claymont letting that one go long without trying to return it.
Serve. Yeah. Is there some unforced error? The pass was a little bit tight to the net. Davis was trying to set it and just didn't get it up to the net for the spiker to hit. Those are tough balls to get. It's a nice pass and set. Claymont's a scrappy group.
They sure look it.
That one there, nice play by the libero. Claymont scores again then.
Marlena Henry. And we're going to have a timeout, but Henry, a lot of times, and I know some people pronounce it libero.
Or libero.
Libero. But she's that typical really hard-nosed player, tough, loves to go down, dig them off the court, and that's kind of what you're looking for defensively back there.
Yeah, she's doing a great job this game.
I want to also remind you folks that tonight's game is brought to you by Keister Implement. They're located at 2239 West State Street in New Philadelphia. Keister Implement is your local John Deere dealer. I believe that timeout was
I think it was New Philly.
New Philly.
Yeah. Coach Price trying to get them probably back regrouped and get their passes up to the setter and run their offense. But I'm impressed with Claymont. This is the first time I've seen them this season. They're a scrappy team. Nice serve there by Robinson.
I think I see her family like right down below us, and a little, I guess that would be a nephew right there.
Okay.
See, they got to wear blue, and I know their nephews are pink, and it'll be a niece.
All right.
I've learned that over the years, Becky.
All right. That was a nice spike by Tesloff to get the kill for New Philly. So got Sam Malcolm back in, the libero Valeka to the bench, and Hamry serving for New Philly. So that timeout sort of helped.
Well, Claymont come out strong, and again, this game going to 25, so New Philly's going to have to get busy here pretty quick.
Yep. They can serve. They have some tough servers. They'll batter their way back, but Claymont's doing a good job. It's a nice pass by Henry. Setting to Clark, and that was a good dig by McDade. Price gets it off the block and scores. Hammer back to serve.
Seems like Claymont strikes quick, and the longer the volley goes, the Quakers seem to have an advantage. They kind of stay with it a little bit longer.
This is a tough serve there by Hammer. They had a hard time following. Claymont's going to call a timeout now.
So Claymont was up 18-12. It's now a 3-point game, and Mustangs coach Julie Grove wants to talk it over.
That's the thing with volleyball. There's a momentum. I mean, sometimes you can be ahead and you blink and they're back out with you. So you got to play to 25, and there's no time to relax, I guess.
Yeah. And also thank the guys and the folks at Gardner Street Garage. They're located at 144 Gardner Street in Uricksville. You bend it, we mend it. They're locally owned since 1984. Gardner Street Garage. Down in the Twin Cities on Gardner Street in Uricksville. Quakers back serving.
Another serve for Gamery. Well, once the Mustangs go to Clark, and she puts it away for a kill.
Okay, so now it's interesting to me as you work out and you get the practice in. You got a person down front that's setting the girls that can spike it and like to hit it hard. She's the setter, but sometimes she'll set it back behind her head, and sometimes she'll set it out in front of her. Is there a play called before the serve?
Some teams do. I mean, we had anything in front of you was in numbers 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and behind you is an A, B, and C. So you work that out with the setter and the hitters. They may be calling it during the serve, or they can call it, and then no matter where the pass is at, you're not sure, what's going to happen there.
Mm-hmm. Well, right now, Caitlin Clark's doing it all. She's got the serve going right now.
And that one was right in on the line. Quakers, well, a little unhappy with that.
So they're calling it in.
The line judge was calling it in. I'm thinking the officials called it out. He overruled the line judge.
Okay, so they did.
Yeah.
Sometimes they might have a better view of it.
Yeah.
Of course, you got the one guy that's up on the stand there right beside the net.
Yeah. Quakers able to score on that.
Claymont just 3 points away from winning this first game here at Quaker Gymnasium.
Maddie Willis serving for New Philly. It's a nice dig by McDade. And Price unable to get it across the net. So Coach Price calling another timeout.
Also want to thank somebody else in the Twin Cities, Dave's Auto Body and Collision. They're located at 425 Grant Street in Denison. Another sponsor of tonight's match here between Claymont and New Philadelphia. Quakers under Coach Carla Pry. She's used a second timeout. Knows that Claymont's really close, and that point for the Mustangs put them within 2 of winning this opening game.
Nice jump serve and be an ace. Now they're at game point for the Mustangs.
Now, do you find that libero also ends up being a good server?
Most of the time, yeah, they are. Yeah, we sort
Did
of
we just
jinxed
jinx
her?
her?
There. Keep mine out there. Yeah. Tough one.
24 to 19. Quakers actually have 19 right now.
It's a nice serve by Summer Price. To Baumberger.
Mustangs staying alive. Both players at the net. Now that's when it gets exciting.
Yep. They go to Avery. She tips it, but Philly's able to pick it up. And they call a lift on the play off of the net, and that'll give the game to the Mustangs.
Well, game 1 goes to the Claymont Mustangs. You're tuned in to DMG TV2. We'll be back with game number 2 at Quaker Gymnasium right after this.
Omni Orthopedics comprehensive programs provide early diagnosis and successful treatment for every musculoskeletal problem. With more than 30 years of orthopedic experience, their physicians offer patient-centered treatment for all ages. From evaluation to rehabilitation, your treatment plan is designed around your needs. Omni Orthopedics specializes in sports medicine, the spine, physical medicine and rehabilitation, foot and ankle, and hand surgery. If pain makes activities like climbing stairs, standing or walking a challenge, turn to the home team at Omni Orthopedics. Their mission is to provide you with the highest quality and most advanced orthopedic services so you can get back in the game. Located in the Oxford Medical Arts Building, Omni offers a full-service facility including digital x-ray and physical therapy. So there's no need to travel when quality care is so close to home. Omni Orthopedics, setting the standard in orthopedic care.
Are you recovering from orthopedic surgery, experiencing low back pain, or pain resulting from an injury? If so, choose Trinity Hospital Twin Cities Rehab Center. Their experienced team of physical therapists provide personalized care to help you return to normal activities as soon as possible. Choose the Trinity Hospital Twin City Rehab Center at Denison. Call 740-922-6675 for more information.
As a parent, we always want what's best for our child. In the case of one child, it may be going off to college. In another case, staying home and going to college. And yet, in other cases, it could be going right into the workforce. But how will they have the skills to do that? Buckeye Career Center has been the answer for one of our daughters. She's learning to do things with her hands that are going to be very valuable for her in the workplace. And we're excited we have Buckeye to thank for that.
Adults who return to Buckeye Career Center to continue their education usually have one goal in mind. They want the opportunity for a better job. The fact is, adult education programs at Buckeye Career Center are less expensive and provide greater opportunities for job placement following graduation. It's your future. Get the facts. Buckeye Career Center. We put people to work. Find out more about your future at buckeyecareercenter.org.
Woods Tall Timber Resort is a vacation that's close to home. The 7-acre lake is the focal point of the resort, with camping May through October. Splash away your summer days at the beach, and in the fall, enjoy brilliant colors from your own private cottage. Whether you enjoy primitive camping or the amenities of home, Woods Tall Timber Resort has it all. Luxurious cottages feature equipped kitchens, a full bathroom, and room for 8 guests. The resort includes a clubhouse, concession stand, bait shop, shower house, and laundromat. And the recreation never ends. Enjoy summer fun on water slides, inflatable trampolines, paddle boats, and electric boats. Plus house rentals, fishing, game room, playground, woodpecker par 3 golf, and miniature golf. And of course, hiking trails. And now Woods Tall Timber Resort has zip lines. It's the best value around for this exciting way to fly. Rides start at just $15. Small zips and kiddie zips are also available. And the Lake House Lodge can accommodate your party, reception, reunion, or event. Check out all of the fun online at woodstalltimberlake.com.
And we do welcome you back to the Quaker Gymnasium. Claymont Mustangs winning game number 1, 25-19. Our first game recap brought to you by Century National Bank. Visit Marty Merriman or Sue Edwards at their new office on Monroe Avenue in New Philly and talk with a lender you can count on to be reliable, caring, and committed to creating the right loan for you. Don't settle. Get the attention you deserve. Visit or call today at 330-681-7000. And really, when you recap that first game, I think Claymont got the early lead, and they just kind of rode that right to the win.
Yeah, I think New Philly didn't serve their typical game. The games I've seen them play, they've served really well. They had a few service errors and other unforced errors. I think they need to maybe sort of key and on and find where the Clark girl is and make sure that, they got a block up there on her at all times. Seems like Claymont goes to her quite often.
Quakers with the serve starting the second game. And Becky, now, is that because Claymont served first in the first game or because Claymont won the first game?
No, it's because Claymont served. You alternate the service turns. That ball was a little bit low, and they tried to push it over, and it didn't make it over the net. So Claymont starts out with point number 1 of the second game. It's a nice serve by Avery. Going to Clark. Philly got a block up, but she, what we'd call, tooled the block. So she hit off the block and scored a point for Mustangs.
So it landed out of bounds, last touch by the Quakers.
Yes. Avery's got a nice serve. Philly seems to be having trouble passing her serve. Set to the background, the libero. It's the spike. That ball was passed out of bounds there.
Now, in basketball, you would call that court awareness.
Correct, yeah.
And on the volleyball court, I guess it's the same thing.
It would be. Her teammate stepped her out there. She's watching the ball to play, but somebody was calling it out. She let it go, and it did go out, so that helped him get the point. Set over to Har. She just scores there.
That's the first point for the Quakers here in game number 2, 3-1.
Taryn Davis back to serve for New Philly. Teslov's in the game for New Philly also, replacing Maddie Willis. Set to Clark, and she hits the ball down there. It's been a nice swing.
Caitlin Clark.
Sadie Zerker's in the game for the Mustangs, replacing the libero. And to Har again with the serve, but nice play by 24 Miles picking up the ball. And sort of a miss hit by Hamry, but it went off the top of the net and she was able to score on it.
Quakers needing to get some kind of a run, get some momentum going right now.
Back to Clark again for the hit. Davis hits out of the back row for the Quakers. Here comes Clark again. It's a nice, we'd call that a slide. She almost looks like a layup in basketball.
It was
coming in.
really nice to watch.
It was a nice play.
Boy, I would say Alina Robinson did a great job. Do you call that an assist when she sets her up like that?
Yes, whenever the spiker gets a kill, the setter gets an assist.
That was a beautiful play by the Mustangs.
Mustangs free ball. See if New Philly can take advantage of this and get a kill. Well, Henry didn't. Well, he called the setter for illegal hit.
And the illegal hit, she was under the net, or she?
I think he just called her the way his motion with
gotcha.
his hand was a lift. That she went with one hand, but it must have come to a rest. Kozloff with it. Was a nice dig by the Mustangs. Outside to their next hitter. Summer Price with a hit for New Philly score. It was good hustle. Claymont's really scrappy.
They're diving for everything.
Correct.
Now, as a coach, you got to love that.
Yeah, that's something you like to see.
Because a lot of times you can't teach that desire or that heart to get out there and just give it all.
Yeah.
Again, just an unforced error by the Quakers there. You think they get a little bit of momentum, they get a nice shot, and then they've got a chance to build on that.
Well, Summer Price is able to roll it in there for a point for New Philly. Maddie Willis back in for Philly to serve.
We're in game 2 here.
New Philly got the block that time, and it walked back to the Mustangs court, so they scored the point.
Mustangs winning game 1, or set number 1, and we're tied. Something I don't believe the Quakers were able to do in the first game, tie or go ahead.
Nice hit there by Avery, freshman for the Mustangs. Back in Baumberger for the Mustangs. Henry serving. And a nice jump serve. Malcolm with it. Nice dig by Clark. Baumberger hits it down the line for the kill.
And again, a nice set. All she had to do go up and just spike it over the net.
Yep. It's nice when you get that pass right to the setter and she's there and can put it where she'd like to. It's a nice pass by New Philly. Malcolm with the kill for New Philly.
Quakers hanging a little closer this time. Again, yet to have their first lead of the night in set 1 or 2. They're trailing 8-7. Another one of our sponsors tonight bringing you this action on DMG TV2 is Northside Auto Repair. They're located at 1 Denison Circle in Denison. Quality service at reasonable prices. Call today for an appointment. That is Northside Auto Repair.
Avery with the spike out of the middle. Gives the ball back to Claymont. This is another freshman for Claymont serving, Sage Peters. So nice serve. R gets the kill for New Philly. So Hamry back in for the Quakers also.
Now, when you were the head coach, did you have assistant coaches that maybe somebody took care of the substitutions so you didn't have to worry about it?
Yes. I had that, and then I was an assistant coach at Dover, and that was sort of my job to take care of who went in for who or how many subs we had left. And
making sure the right girls were in there at the right time.
Sometimes they get caught up in the game, didn't remember to report in, or you'd have to tell them they were going in and make sure they didn't get up too soon either. It was a good block by New Philly at the point. Claymont's calling timeout.
And the reason, Coach Jolie Grove seeing New Philadelphia make it all the way back to take the lead. This is their first lead in either set. They lead 10-9 right now. We'll be selecting a McDonald's most valuable player later this evening as Becky and I will decide one of the players on one of these teams qualify or deserve our McDonald's most valuable player. Now, I've been giving out McDonald's or most valuable players for years. And do you think one time anybody that I've given it to has ever called up and said, hey, do you want to go share this, have a meal with me or whatever? It's never happened,
Never
Becky.
happened, huh?
There's always a first, though.
Yeah, maybe.
That's right. Quakers, again, with their first lead. Now let's see if they can get some momentum going.
There's the Avery girl again with nice hit, but Philly's able to return it. And I think they called the Hamry girl either in the net or under the net. I'm not sure of his signal on that, but
she's not agreeing with that
no,
call
she
either.
wasn't too happy.
Well, Claymont ties it at 10 apiece.
Yeah.
That one hits the
Nice
ceiling.
dig, but still on Claymont's side, so they can play it. I believe that was off the block, so Claymont will get the point.
So Philly gets the lead, gets close, and Mustangs come up with a couple scores to kind of shut the door a little bit.
It's a nice dig by Claymont. Hamry gets a nice hit. Claymont's unable to return it. Emily Tesloff back into the game for New Philly in the front row. Taryn Davis serving. Went outside to Clark, and she was able to score again.
Boy, I'm telling you, I don't know if there's like percentages of kills or whatever, but when she's the person for the Mustangs that spikes it, she's got a high percentage of those things falling in.
Yeah, she hasn't missed too many tonight that I've seen. There she goes again. She tipped, but they were able to pick that up. Nice dig by the freshman over there on the Claymont side. He's calling 2 hits on Clark with trying to push it over, set it was probably too low. Har's back to serve for New Philly. Nice pass by the Mustangs, run back to Clark. This time New Philly is able to put the ball back on Claymont's side, so they're back in the lead.
And if you're a Quaker fan, you want to see the Quakers get their 3rd point in a row, which they really haven't been able to get a run going. The Mustangs in there again, an unforced error.
First serve.
Not really anything the Mustangs did to create that.
Nope. It's Sage Peters back in the game for Claymont in the front row, and Tess McDade coming in the back row for New Philly. Robinson to serve for the Mustangs. The block, Hammery. Nice set. That's going to score. Could see her looking. There was nobody over on that side when the blocker leaves. Then the libero didn't get to rotate up there quick enough. But Clark sees the floor well. Went outside to Hamry, but Avery impressed the 3rd, digging in the back row as a freshman. And another block there by Hamry and I think Tesla.
Now, Becky, typically when you substitute in volleyball, some of the girls never come off the court. There's no rules, nothing said that you have to come off a certain number of times during a game.
No, it just depends on their ability. If they're, a well-rounded player, they may be able to play the front row and hit, and they can pass well in the back row. You leave them in. Others are just better, as far as the passing, or the other ones can spike better. And your setter, stays in the game most of the time. Depends on, like New Philly runs what we call a 5-1 offense. So the Davis girl stays on the floor setting all the time, and Claymont's got the Robinson girl setting there also. So they're like the quarterback of a football team.
Yep. And substitutions really dictated by the situation.
Yeah.
Like if they want to get somebody back on the front row that's taller or can jump better.
Right, or is better
Or-
blocker, yeah, or passers. Sometimes you might just need to get somebody out of the game to give them a rest if they're, struggling passing the ball, or have hit a couple out just to give them a break.
Is there a number? I mean, how many people can serve? Does everybody have to serve at least once?
No.
Okay.
Just depends on who, you want to serve. If somebody's been missing, you might want to put somebody else in just for that time to serve. They have 18 substitutes throughout the match, or each game, so if they run out of those, then whoever's on the floor has to stay. And there's a error for Claymont. Gives the ball back to New Philly.
And the Quakers tying it up again at 16.
Maddie Willis in the serve. That's uncharacteristic from what I've seen in Philly in the past. They've served well in other games, just struggling a little bit tonight.
Claymont's biggest lead of the night is at 6. Now Mustangs are up by 1, but
back row spike by Tess McDade. It's New Philly another point.
Quakers just can't seem to get the momentum to get up more than 1. They get the lead by 1 point, and then the Mustangs always come back and stop the run.
It's a nice serve and a pass. Going to Avery in the middle for Claymont. She's had quite a few kills tonight, too.
Yeah, and we've said it before, but just a freshman.
Another freshman now back to serve Sage Peters for the Mustangs. It's a nice play by Clark. Save the ball.
So Clark couldn't do it all.
He's an all-around player. Nice set by Robinson and kill by Baumberger.
Again, the Mustangs winning set number 1 here at the Quaker Gymnasium. Up by 2 right now.
It's Avery out of the middle again with the kill. And Coach Pry is going to call a timeout. Yep. Try to stop the momentum here.
So Claymont leading 20-17. Coach Carla Pry wants to talk it over. And I guess if you're coach of the Claymont Mustangs, Julie Grove, Becky, you just want the Mustangs to continue doing what they're doing. I mean, they're making some great saves in the back row. They're hitting some great kills at the net, but most of all, they're not allowing Philly to get any kind of run. I mean, 1 or 2 points and then they stop it.
Right, yeah, it's been back and forth, but Philly's not been able to gain much of a lead on them, so she's got to be happy with the way they're playing.
Mustangs with the 3-point lead and the serve.
And passed it back over, and Baumberger is able to put it down for the Mustangs.
A lot of reaction time out there, isn't there?
Yes.
Sometimes you get time just to react. You don't really have time to
exactly.
plan anything.
It's a nice pass. See if New Philly can get a hit out of this. They do, but Clark's there to pick it up. Baumberger puts it down again she's had about 3 kills in a row here.
Yeah, she's come in there and
she's played well.
Just a junior, but she has.
Nice spike by Har, but it's a little bit long. So they've gone up by 6 now. Nice pass by Vleka. Clark's able to dig it out and go to Avery. They claim Philly did get a block on that one. But Baumberger put that one back off, but Philly's not able to pass it to the center. So we gain point here for the Mustangs.
Set number 2. Claymont can go up 2-0 over the Quakers.
Nice dig there by Henry. Good hustle by the setter from Claymont. Oh, they kept it alive. Great play by the Mustangs. I was up there for the block, but then blocked out of bounds. That was a good hustle play.
Avery up above the net, but it landed out of bounds. So the Quakers' turn. Let's see if they can get some momentum. Of course, I'm still remembering the old days when you can't score if you don't serve, but
that's changed there. You score, somebody scores every point now. Any mistake will cost you a point.
So a little bit of pressure on the server to definitely get it over. 2 straight points by the Quakers.
A little overpass by the Mustangs, and Philly was able to be up there to put it back.
Jaw within 4.
Went outside the Baumberger again, but Philly blocked it and able to put it back up. Go to Avery this time, and it's out. Almost thought it was in. I saw that other white line there. I think that's what somebody else is complaining about, but it was out for sure. Nice pass by Clark. It's off the block. Oh. Ball's passed out of bounds, so game will go to Claymont.
So game number 2 to the Claymont Mustangs. We'll be back with game number 3 from the Quaker Gymnasium as we return right here on DMG TV2 Time Warner Cable.
WJER and TV2 would like to introduce you to a new website, WJERTV2.com, where you can watch exciting high school football, soccer, and volleyball replays from TV2 Sports on your home computer, smartphone, or tablet. Also watch the latest episodes of TV2's original programming, Sports Talk, The Garden Girl, The Not So Shy Chef, Off the Record, and Medical Minutes, as well as catch up on local community news and search for local businesses. So make sure to check out the new WJERTV2.com community website where everything's local.
Century National Bank is proud to bring you the quarter recap on TV2 Sports.
The students, staff, and families involved in these games know the importance of commitment and working together to achieve a goal.
Century National Bank enjoys supporting our hometown organizations because we share those same values.
Over many generations, our local bankers have earned a reputation for responsibility and trustworthy guidance.
We invite you to count on us. Visit us soon at our new location, 1255 Monroe Avenue, New Philadelphia, or give us a call at 330-681-7000.
We hope to see you soon and enjoy the game.
Hi, I'm Elaine Miller with Naturally Green Cleaning Service. My company serves both commercial and residential clients. We do general cleaning, spring and fall, empty homes to get them move-in ready, and final cleans for new construction. We use eco-friendly cleaning products that leave your home or office fresh, clean, and safe for you, your family, pets, or coworkers. Our focus at Naturally Green is to provide excellent customer service paired with outstanding work to build a relationship of trust with you, our clients. Having served the area 4+ years, we have had many referrals and testimonials that you can access on our website at www.naturallygreencs.com. Our work sells itself, therefore we have never had any contracts even with our largest commercial accounts. Call us today for your free quote and see what makes our company stand out.
Myers and Miller Podiatry provides complete foot and ankle care to patients of all ages. The practice was established in 2000 by Dr. Adam Myers and has grown to include Dr. Andy Miller in 2007, Dr. Jason Bakich in 2010, and most recently Dr. Kristen Henry in 2015. Our core values of respect and honesty are the basis for how we manage our practice, and we continue to grow by building relationships with our patients in order to better serve their needs. Myers and Miller Podiatry serves Tuscarawas and Holmes counties with offices in Dover, Sugar Creek, Newcomerstown, Millersburg, and our newest location in Yorksville. Let's get started with building our relationship.
We do want to welcome you back to the Quaker Gymnasium as part of our DMG TV2 broadcast of high school volleyball. Claymont Mustangs winning both sets to begin the match here. They're up 2-0. And see some of the folks as we look up into the stands. Tonight's fan cam is brought to you by Woods Tall Timber Resort, with over 57 acres of fun for the entire family. Woods Tall Timber Resort is located at 1921 Tall Timber Road Northeast in New Philadelphia. There's another thing that has changed immensely since I was a kid. Woods Tall Timber recreational facility out there. And Becky, I don't know if you ever went out as a kid or younger, but boy, it is totally different.
Yeah, I did. My sister and her husband used to camp out there, so I'd go out and visit. And then I was out there a few years ago. They've made immense changes to it.
And Becky, I guess it's time to talk about our Vasco Group adjustment. And Vasco Group is full service asphalt paving and maintenance company. Vasco also specializes in the construction of artificial turf fields, running tracks, and tennis courts. For more information on the Vasco Group, visit their website at www.thevascogroup.com. And as far as adjustments in this match, New Philly finds themselves down 2-0. What do they got to do?
I think they just need to control their side of the court and, eliminate some of the unforced errors and play like they're capable of playing. They need to get, I think they were a little down after those 2 games. If they can get the momentum back a little bit, this might be a 5-set match.
All right, that is a look at our Vasco Group adjustments here in game number 3. As the Quakers have made a few adjustments, they take the lead 3-0 in this third game. And I was going to say, Becky, over the years, how much have you seen, like when somebody gets on a run, somebody gets the momentum going, I guess if you're the coach that's on the losing side at that point, you try everything to stop it. I mean, it's tough sometimes, isn't it?
Yep. You get down like 2-0 in these matches. Sometimes it's hard to get it back, but now you'd think, I don't know if Claymont, they had won those 2. They've come out and made about 4 errors out of the 5 points that New Philly's scored. Started off with a missed serve, and then they've hit a couple out. See if Clark can get him back in. She's called. Again, the line judge called it in, but the referee's overruling her and giving the point to New Philly. So Claymont's decided at a 6-0 start, they're going to call a timeout.
Timeout with New Philadelphia leading 6-0. Want to remind you that the Buckeye Career Center, if you're an adult looking for a new career or a high school student looking for ideas on how to start yours, check out Buckeye Career Center, who is the business of preparing you for the fastest growing segments of today's job markets. Visit Buckeye Career Center. They're located at 545 University Drive Northeast in New Philadelphia, or online at www.buckeyecareercenter.org and see the many educational opportunities Buckeye offers. Back to the action as the Quakers reeled off the first 6 points in game number 3. Mustangs take a timeout. And the timeout pays off. I mean, as a coach, you always want to come out and get that first point after a timeout, don't you?
Yep, that's what you're hoping your timeout does, to get the point to your side. There's Hamry. That's one of the first ones she's actually put down that I can remember out of those.
Yeah, and I'm with you because I haven't seen a whole lot of that type of energy from the Quakers until game number 3.
I think they realized the game was on the line there, that you got to step up and play. Yeah. Clark gets it in on this one, so point for the Mustangs.
So 2 straight for the Claymont Mustangs, 7-2.
Tess McDade back in for New Philly, replacing Hannah Haar. Robinson serving for Mustangs.
I think the Quakers have had the longest streak so far, 6 straight to start this game.
Well, I think the down official must have, I'm not sure what he called. Somebody stepped over the line. He was signaled to the center line if one of the players for Philly was over it. No matter what it was, Claymont got the point. And there's Hamry with the hit, but it's long or off to the side, I guess. So Claymont's able to battle their way back here.
Yeah, they've had a nice run themselves right now.
There's Hamry with the Claymont scored. I think a lot of the fans wanted that called a lift.
Well, at least half the fans here.
Yeah. Well, the first ball over on any of them, you're allowed what you would call a double hit, but that's in the opinion of the official, whether he's going to call a double hit or if he's going to consider it being a lift. And the New Philly fans, I think, wanted a lift on that, but it's not called, so we'll see what transpires over this.
Nice little tap
over by Clark.
Again, just kind of feeling it sometimes.
Yep. Battling their way back here.
I think they're on a 5-0 run right now.
Set to Clark. And Philly's able to get a block up there. On to Teslov. It's going to be a free ball over. See if New Philly can run their offense and score out of this. They go to Hamry and they do.
There's certain balls that you've got to take advantage of, don't you?
Right. Yeah, if you can get those, what we call a free ball, when it's not a spike, when it's just passed over from the other team, that's what you like to score on. Nice hustle by New Philly, but the pass was low and into the net.
Well, I know one thing, neither team's going to go away. Both these teams really putting it out on the court right now.
Price pushing it over and see if Claymont can score on this free ball. Go to Avery, and she does. And a nice combination there of their middles, the Avery and Clark. It's a good twosome there.
Well, I think Claymont was down 6-0 to
Yeah,
start the game.
Yeah, they battled back.
Yeah, it's tied at 8 apiece.
Yep. So to Avery again out of the middle. Nice pass by McDade. Price is able to tip it off the Claymont blockers for the kill. Maddie Willis coming in to serve for New Philly. Set it outside to number 9, Sadie Zerker. She's able to score. Into the game is Baumberger. She had a lot of kills last set for the Mustangs.
Set number 2, she did.
Back row hit out for the Quakers. It was a nice dig by Clark again. To the back row again. She's going to roll that over, but Clark picks that up. And they go to Avery, and she's able to put that away.
Again, just a freshman. Now, you've seen a lot of volleyball over the years. Any certain players stick out to you, whether you coached them, maybe somebody you played against that was a really good player, maybe went on and played Division I from our area?
If we had at Dover, we had Sarah Mills that she walked on up at Kent State and was playing. This is her senior year there, and Julie Lyons, she's playing for the University of Findlay. They're Division II or III. Then Taylor Matthews is playing Muskingum, just Division III. I don't recall too many Division I players in the area. A lot of them play the Division II or III.
Well, no matter how this turns out, right now Claymont leading 2-0. They're leading here in game number 3, 11-9. Our set or game of the night was that first game. And that was brought to you by Shook Auto, located in beautiful Tuscarawas County, Ohio. Shook Auto is one of the largest independent vehicle sales company in the area. And if you're looking for a new ride for a new drive, contact Shook Auto at 330-339-5711, because that first set pretty much set the tone. The Mustangs able to come out, scored early, won that one game number 2, and right now they're trying to put it away in 3 games, aren't they?
Yeah, I think I gave them some momentum and took Philly out of their game a little bit.
Again, it's just the best of 5. So the first team to win 3 games will win this match.
Set to Baumberger again. She is able to hit it over, but Philly gets it back. That ball was off the block, and actually I think it hit the antenna too, according to the officials, so point to New Philly.
Tied again. If you're just joining us, it's game number 3. Mustangs have won the first 2 games.
Baumberger scores down the line for the Mustangs.
Nice shot there. Nobody was going to get that one.
Oh. Well, that's one of the first ones I think I've seen her miss there tonight. She had
You know what, I
good
was going to
service.
say the same
Yeah.
thing. We've seen Philly do that several times, but Claymont hasn't done a lot of unforced errors.
It's nice serve by Valeka. Claymont rolls it over. Go to Hamry for Philly. That was a nice save, a set. Wow, nice hit by the freshman again. And out to Baumberger. Go to the middle of Avery. She's going to take a little bit off and roll it over. It's a nice volley. Well,
Oh my goodness.
and 4 hits on New Philly, saying that the ball wasn't blocked on the last one.
And you see a lot of applause, especially from the Claymont side.
Yeah.
Just, those long volleys, to me, that gives you a lot of momentum there too,
Yeah,
when you finally
when you
win
can
a
win it.
point.
Exactly. It's a nice dig. Yep. Good hustle there by the setter. Couldn't get it up in the air for the other player to get a hand on it.
Alina Robinson.
Teslov back into the game for New Philly. This is Taryn Davis serving. Going to Clark. It was a nice dig by Summer Price. Whoa, I thought 2 of them were going up at the same time there, but they were able to get it over.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Mustangs up 1 again. Kind of led her just a little bit too much that time.
Pass was back, came from the back court. It was a little bit hard to control to send up there for them to be able to hit. See if they go to Clark again. And that one's in. Tess McDade coming in and for New Philly to serve, and Sage Peters in the front row for the Mustangs.
You give Caitlin Clark a good set there, and it's almost lights out.
Nope, I was wrong. She's not serving. There's Claymont serving. Elena Robinson. There's an ace serve. Valeka's not able to control the serve. Coach Pry's going to try someone else in the back row just to try a different passer. So just have a float on that.
And if you're the Quakers, you've got to be careful here. Can't let the Mustangs get too far ahead.
It's just, it's 3 aces in a row. They have not been able to bring Valeka back in to the back row.
And just so folks understand, you're allowed substituting, but only 18 substitutions per game. Now that seems like a lot, Becky, but it goes pretty quick, doesn't it?
Goes pretty quick, yeah. And he's calling a double hit on Claymont.
Because you got to figure Philly has substituted about 6 points in a row.
Yeah.
So over a game, that's quite a few.
Yeah. That was a nice hit by Clark again. For the substitution, like
so the Mustangs again with the 4-point lead, 19-15.
Clark with the hit out of the back row. Philly's up there to block, but it's hit off the hands, so it goes off to Claymont. It's timeout, New Philly.
So the Quakers are going to take timeout. They got to talk it over because, boy, when you hit that 20 mark, it just does something to you. You know you're in the 20s. Yeah. You only got to get to 25. 5-point lead is huge here in game number 3 as the Quakers already down 2-0, and the Mustangs looking to put it away here, coming into the Quaker Gymnasium and trying to get a big win here tonight. (20-15). I believe that's the Quakers' last time out. Mustangs still have 1.
Clark back to serve. And serves it out, so I guess a good timeout by Coach Pry to get the point out of the timeout. Maddie Willison to serve for New Philly.
And the Quakers would love nothing more than several points in a row right here.
Passed it over, and Avery's up there to hit it back at them.
And we don't have the heights up here, but I don't think they're really tall. They're just able to jump pretty well in that net, aren't they?
Yeah, good vertical jump. No, that any of them are. I don't think any of them are 6 foot. I would imagine they're maybe 5'9" at the most. At least from up here, they don't look.
No, I'm with you on that.
It's nice serve by Henry. Set to Price. She's able to put it away for New Philly. They're hanging around here, see if they can battle back. Hannah Har into the game, and Summer Price will be serving for the Quakers. Harder's not able to get it over. A little off balance with her spike.
2 points away from the match. The Claymont Mustangs.
Nice dig by Clark. Baumberger hits, but they're able to return. Yep.
You know, that was one of those where I think Clark was caught right in the middle.
Yeah,
At the last second, she wanted to let it go, didn't she?
She couldn't get out of the way quick enough yet.
That would have been out of bounds. Instead, the Quakers score.
Yep. So, pass tight to the net. He's calling Claymont with the lift, but
I thought she did a pretty good job of letting that thing roll right off her hand.
Yep. That's the thing with volleyball officiating. It's all, a matter of your judgment more so than
So timeout, Mustangs. Again, we want to thank the folks at Keister Implement. They're located at 2239 West State Street in New Philadelphia. Keister Implement is your local John Deere dealer for helping us get this broadcast on tonight. Stay with us as Becky and I will have a post-game wrap-up after this match tonight, and we'll be selecting our game MVP, the most valuable player tonight. I know I got my eyes on a couple.
Yeah, there's a few that have played.
It's going to be tough to single one of them out.
That's what I'm thinking, too.
Uh-huh.
Spikes long.
Quakers inch closer. First team to 25 is going to win this game. Quakers, if they lose, their match is over.
Serves long.
24-21.
This will be game point for, or game point and match point then for the Mustangs if they can score here. This freshman with the serve. And the dig.
That's a good dig right there. That was a hard hit.
It was. So a free ball from Claymont. See if they go to Har. She's able to put it over. Let's say the Mustangs go to Clark.
Gonna try to save it back.
They do. If they go to Clark again. She hit that. Good dig by Summer Price. And get another point here. See if the Mustangs can hang on here. Teslov in for New Philly, and Taryn Davis back to serve for the Quakers. So still game point for Claymont if they can score off a Philly serve. Pass by Clark. Set it back to Clark, but she hits it out. It's always tough to get that last point. Philly's hanging in there, trying to tie it up. Brought to Clark again. It's a nice dig by Valeka, that was into the net. And
that's going to be it. So the Claymont Mustangs in 3 games defeat the Quakers tonight. Final score of game number 3, 25-23. We'll be back to wrap everything up as part of our post-game show and select our most valuable player tonight. Back with us on DMG TV2.
Students choose Kent State University at Tuscarawas because of our academic excellence, dedicated faculty, and affordable tuition. Our bachelor's and associate degrees will prepare you for careers including nursing, computer animation, or veterinary technology. Kent State Tuscarawas offers a dynamic campus with state-of-the-art facilities, exceptional student services, and a welcoming environment. Call or visit us online to register for classes and find out more about Kent State Tuscarawas.
What do you call 2 Big Mac sandwiches, 2 cheeseburgers, 4 world-famous fries, and a 10-piece tender juicy chicken McNuggets? We call it the Mickey D's Dinner Box. You can call it Family Dinner-tastic.
Omni Orthopedics comprehensive programs provide early diagnosis and successful treatment for every musculoskeletal problem. With more than 30 years of orthopedic experience, their physicians offer patient-centered treatment for all ages. From evaluation to rehabilitation, your treatment plan is designed around your needs. Omni Orthopedics specializes in sports medicine, the spine, physical medicine and rehabilitation, foot and ankle, and hand surgery. If pain makes activities like climbing stairs, standing or walking a challenge, turn to the home team at Omni Orthopedics. Their mission is to provide you with the highest quality and most advanced orthopedic services so you can get back in the game. Located in the Oxford Medical Arts Building, Omni offers a full-service facility including digital x-ray and physical therapy. So there's no need to travel when quality care is so close to home. Omni Orthopedics, setting the standard in orthopedic care.
At Mr. Appliance, we believe repairing your appliances is only part of the job. We believe in delivering superior service by taking extra steps like putting on protective shoe covers before entering your home. Calling Mr. Appliance is a smart choice as we charge by the job and not by the hour. When our in-home service professional arrives at your home, you'll get a complete diagnosis of your appliance problem and a solid quote before any work begins. When you call Mr. Appliance, you can be sure a courteous, highly trained service professional will arrive at your home on time with a clean uniform and an ID badge. We conduct a background check on all our service professionals as we want to be the repair service you can trust. For the service you can trust, call your local Mr. Appliance at 330-874-6017 or visit online at mrappliance.com.
And welcome back is DMG TV2 Time Warner Cable here at Quaker Gymnasium. Willie Grove and Becky Booth witness the Claymont Mustangs defeating the Quakers in 3 games to win the match tonight. Time now to look at our Bell Stores game wrap-up. And Bell Stores, with 4 convenient locations to better serve you in Dover, Bolivar, New Philadelphia, and Strasburg. Stop in at your local convenient Bell Store and make sure your family is running on full for the second half. As we look at our wrap-up, I mean, Becky, I don't know if it's ever simple, but boy, the Mustangs were determined right at the start tonight, got the lead in game number 1, may have had just a little bit of a, I don't want to say a letdown. Quakers really worked hard to start that 3rd game, but boy, the Mustangs bounced back and took 3 games from the Quakers tonight.
Yeah, I thought they played with a lot of heart. They were very scrappy. I think they were determined to beat New Philly, and once they won that first game, I thought that gave them a lot of confidence to continue throughout the match, and it just sort of took New Philly out of their game. I thought New Philly made some uncharacteristic errors that I've seen them in the past matches they've played, but give Claymont credit for, forcing them to make some of those errors, and others were unforced. But I was really impressed by Claymont. This is the first I've seen them play this year, and they've got a nice team, so maybe they'll put some games together in a tournament run.
Absolutely. Mustangs defeating Quakers tonight in 3 games. That is a look at our Bell Stores wrap-up tonight. Time now to give you our most valuable player, and it's brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's with 6 locations to serve you in Dover, Yerixville, New Comerstown, Cadiz, and 2 locations in New Philadelphia. And Becky, I always have a hard time with most valuable players. I know you got to give it to somebody, but in a team sport, man, you got a good team effort on both sides, and several girls that could qualify or deserve the most valuable player award. But tonight, boy, there's one girl that we kept calling her name, whether she was in the back row, digging balls, front row, spiking the ball. And I think, the Mustangs have a very deserving young lady for our McDonald's Most Valuable Player Award.
Yeah, like Caitlin Clark did an excellent job tonight. She's a team leader as a senior, and thought they depended on her and usually went to her the last, they needed the game point there in the 3rd set, and she got the ball 3 out of 4 times there and put it away the last time. So she's very deserving of the award.
And we want to congratulate Caitlin Clark of the Mustangs for being named our McDonald's Most Valuable Player tonight. Well, we want to thank you for tuning in to DMG TV2, Time Warner Cable, as the Quakers and the Mustangs took to the court tonight. Claymont defeating New Philadelphia in 3 games. Mustangs moved to 16-5 on the year, and the Quakers dropped to 16-5. And again, I want to thank you, and we'll catch you at a game.